Hello, everyone. My name is Alex.
Hello, I'm Marianne.
And we are here to talk about the month of April. We just had the new moon in Aries. We are at the new beginning of a new zodiac year, which also means like we're in Ramadan. Ramadan just started.
That's right.
And yeah, we're about to enter eclipse season. I know I'm like super interested in astrology. Not everybody is interested in astrology, but we're at the beginning. We're in the beginnings in spring. Like we just had the equinox. Spring is official in the Northern Hemisphere. So we're starting to get lighter and lighter. The temperatures are going up. Yay.
Yeah, and we're going to have rain soon here in Calgary. I was so excited when they announced that we were going to have rain and thunder the other day. And it was actually just a big cloud of snow. I love the snow, but when it starts again in the fall, I'm like, no, I'm ready for the rain.
You'll have to come and visit me. We get lots of rain.
Are you missing the snow? Oh no, you get snow too.
We get lots of snow too. Yeah, we got another little dump of snow last week, but we get lots of rain and we're getting into like a foggy season as well. So like the rain, it's my favorite kind of rain. It's like the misty rain.
Yeah.
So the rain's kind of, it's falling, but it's like little miniature pin-sized droplets spattering on you and you're just like, oh, so nice.
Yeah. So that Alex is in the east coast of Canada.
I'm on the east coast. Yeah. So yeah.
Loving the nature, right?
Yeah. Yeah, just being surrounded by trees and water, going on walks on the beach, picking up rocks, and yeah, just being able to look out my window and just see a whole bunch of trees, drive through trees. Old, so much history here. So cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to go visit.
So, Mariella.
Yes.
So let me let everybody know. Last time I spoke with Mariella, she was like very worried and upset about what is coming. If you're maybe watching some of the things online, or even if you're watching the news, there is lots of stuff that people are saying that are going to be happening that feel kind of like dark and scary and like, and it's all our interpretation and it's all what we choose to focus on some level as well. But since then, Mariella has shifted gears.
I got tired of that energy and just pushed it away.
Yeah.
I'm now just denying everything for myself. Not that it's not happening, but just setting some boundaries in there. Exactly. I can just control this. And that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's what we focus on. Yeah, I know. I listened to some Lee Harris and a few astrologers that I like. And it all really resonated. It really resonated. And I was like, oh, okay. Like on a personal level. Yeah. So I'm kind of excited about what's to come because it feels like there's lots of learning. And I feel like I'm starting to do more integration of learning right now, but I'm just starting to get settled. I feel like more settled and more like feeling like me instead of feeling like chaotic and all over the place. Like, don't get me wrong, things aren't always easy, but there's like a groundedness, like a little more self-assuredness, or not the right word. I'll say groundedness, more connected to self, even if things are a bit chaotic at times.
Yeah.
But Mariella, who have you been listening to?
Well, I have been listening to people that I don't remember their names. I also listened to Lee Harris and Grecha Goldbrick.
Braca?
Yeah, Braca. Yeah, I can't remember her last name.
Yeah, I think it's Goldsmith. I think you're right.
Okay. And yeah, there's so many changes coming up. And I think we are all feeling lots of changes happening in our lives. I see people at work that are going through changes, and everybody's dealing with something. And so, yeah, from what Lee was saying, and other astrologers, sorry, were saying and coincided, is that it is time to play, and that big ideas are going to start birthing.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you have an idea, you can just let it out, explore, start. You will start seeing that, people around you start having ideas. And it's not just like people out there that have lots of money or lots of power, but it's just your neighbor or someone just with ideas and starting to do these new inventions, which I am so excited. And so they were saying also, like, it's time for um, just uh, not helping each other, but just pushing each other with our ideas and just bring more and incentive each other, motivate. Uh, I don't remember the word, Alex, help me.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, so I don't know. But those do sound accurate. Like it's like I don't want to say it's even just about collaboration, but we're all like supporting each other in the
Yeah.
process, like relationship with each other.
Yeah, just building together,
Mm-hmm.
building something together. Like, I have an idea. Oh, I can give you this. And I have another idea. Oh, let's change it and make these. And then
Mm-hmm.
you make together something big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm feeling that with my coworkers, like at work here. They're, starting to, yeah, it feels like more of us, like, and as Mariella was sharing before we got on as well, like, it feels like people are coming together more, like finding avenues of being together. I don't mean like, I don't know, like sharing more, I'm going to say spiritual self, more of our connected self, our higher self. Like, it's not just like business, it's not just surface, it's like being, I don't know the right words, but I hope that made sense in some way. It just feels like we're all starting to find each other again.
Yeah, and it is so nice to see, because I'm
Mhm.
starting to feel this energy of when people are together and they are talking about something, people are starting to add on to the others, whatever they say or they're doing, instead of criticizing or judging. Like, I feel this shift of intention in people
Mm.
in different groups, and that excites me a lot,
Mm.
because people can be more themselves and they know that they are supported by people
Mhm.
around them. And so it's very neat to see that.
Mhm. Yeah, and I really think that I feel like I'm not I don't feel like I'm necessarily building on what you're saying, Mariella, but I like the spiritual community is growing. And I use the word spiritual community, and I know that's kind of like maybe not the best word, but like I feel like it's growing. Like more people are
Yeah,
connecting to whatever and then connecting to each other. And like exactly, it's like yay, yay, I found my like not I found my people, but I found people.
yeah,
I'm not alone. And it turns into this really nice like sharing.
yeah. And so when I was very worried about what I was seeing in astrology for April, it's because Mars is in there, and they were saying that there would be many arguments amongst people, and just people be emotional and just paying attention to drama and things like that. And so they were saying the more you are the observer and not getting into other people's entanglements,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
then you'll be better. And whatever you are going through, just remember it's an illusion. It's just a
Oh.
perception and it's temporary.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are going through these like shadow space to get out into the light. It's going to be beautiful. So
Mm-hmm.
then I started thinking I should focus more on the end part of it. And whatever happens right now, I am just going to ground myself and cross my fingers. I had just had to remember that everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's good. And whatever changes happen, then it's going to be fine too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that doesn't mean like,
Trust.
fine also doesn't mean like it's always going to be easy, but it's like, because part of me is like, I'm like, is that, I'm not speaking for you, but like, because I
Mhm.
agree, I feel the same way. But I'm like, is this a very privileged place to be, you know, like in terms of being able to say that? And on some levels, yes, definitely. But I even think of like people that I work with, they're some of the most resilient people because they're just handed shit constantly and again and again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
And they, for the most part, um, keep surviving it and keep landing on their feet again. And just like us, it doesn't matter your socioeconomic status. It doesn't matter kind of where you are, wherever your baseline is. It seems like we're at least able to come back to baseline, you know, even when things are,
Yeah.
you can come back or
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah.
But
It's because it's happening, like so much is happening right now that you have to go like, okay, am I going to pay attention to everything that is happening to me and then to others and then to the world and then the earth and the universe?
mm-hmm,
There's no way. So then just focus on yourself. What's
mm-hmm,
happening in your space.
mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And so they were saying it's time to play, to connect with your child, start new things,
Mm-hmm.
just have fun during this time as much as possible because supposedly it's going to be many big changes that are coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And I really liked, um, so for those of you who don't know, I always find that like Lee Harris, like I really love how he kind of summarizes things and makes them really digestible. And then I have a few astrologers I really like as well. And I find like Lee Harris, he channels the Z's, whoever these entities or spirits or whatever they are, these peoples. And, you know, astrology is based on the zodiac, but they overlap really significantly. And I've been really finding a lot of it resonating. I was sharing with Mariella, like Chiron. Um, Chiron is our wounded healer.
Yeah.
And it's in Aries. So Aries seasons, we're always going to feel it a lot more. And when Mars is doing big stuff, or if there's things doing big stuff in the sign of Aries, we're going to feel it a lot more. But I feel like stuff is getting unearthed. Like I feel like I continue get more clarity and less holding on to the wounds, you know, like the processing is getting easier maybe or easier to integrate, or it's like more digestible, and everybody's going to be on a different part of their path. And so for some it could be like extremely overwhelming, and for some it might be easier, and maybe it depends on what's been going on. But like that idea that there are these pieces that are being unearthed for us right now, I can really relate to, and talking about relationships. And so like Venus is doing some interesting things, and yeah, like our relationships are really important, and they're changing, and we're changing, and that it's okay that things change. And that's of course coming up for me too, like in my relationships to, like I'm at a new place, so I'm continuing to build new relationships, and I'm continuing to shift the relationships that I had back home versus having them here. And then the relationship with my partner, right? Like we're doing lots of work, and there's lots of changes arising, and we're continuing to kind of do the work. We got an amazing counselor, which has been really cool. But being really conscious of our stuff. And so yeah, so when they are talking about the relationships, I can really relate to the relationship piece and the wounding piece, like the wounded healer or the wounded warrior, because we're in Aries. So the idea of like how we show up and how we engage with the world and how we protect ourselves. Like we're always trying to protect ourselves. That's the wound. And so, but the warrior also can, if the warrior is wise, it can be vulnerable and strong, not just protecting, but it can allow for both. So really connecting to that stuff.
Alex, do you remember what is up with Pisces? Because they said that there's a lot of water stuff that may be coming.
Well,
in April.
like Pisces, like I think a lot of the stuff that I heard is, the more playful stuff has to do with the Neptune, Pisces, Jupiter business, because there's still this like dreamy, watery energy that's happening. So that I heard there's a lot that's going to continue to happen in Pisces. And I mean, we're in the year of I think it's called the white tiger. Is that right? Which is a water symbol in Chinese.
That's right.
So there's supposed to be lots of water stuff, lots of relationship stuff, a lot of emotional stuff. But flow, lots of flow. So yeah, lots of change, but at least the change isn't stuckness, which is kind of cool. Like a lot of people who I've felt have been stuck. That's judgment. But when I see people who've been quite stuck, I've been seeing a little bit more like movement in them. It's been kind of cool. And maybe I never know. I'm like, am I just seeing it because I'm, what it's called, like self-fulfilling prophecy or like confirmation bias, that kind of thing, like where I'm like, oh, I hear this is what's happening, so I'm looking for it. But I don't think that's the case, because like, all of a sudden someone's like, oh, I'm moving. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God. There's change in your life, because your life has been shit. And any movement is going to be so supportive for loosening up all the crap. And so I feel like I'm seeing people struggle, but it's struggling with change, and it's change that's like positively affecting people. And that's the whole flow with the water. But
because change is not only change in your life, but things might change in your environment too, right? As you change inside. And I was telling you about Libra, and I don't remember when, but in April, with all these changes happening and you seeing your own wounds and shadows and getting through them, then there's this Libra energy that is so generous and so looking for balance. And so while you're going through your shadows and with other people, then you're looking for that balance and going back to peace and going back to happiness. And so together, it's how, the Aquarian energy is how it's taking out the flow of water, right? It's just pushing us there. We're a very strong community.
Well, and then just a reminder that Aquarius is actually air, not water, even though it's called aqua. Aquarius.
Yes.
Air, but yeah. I know the expanding that's happening.
Yeah, because this year, because it's the water tiger, and remember our first reading of the year, there was lots of water too. Remember?
Yeah, well, they say like, yeah, there should be lots of stuff with water going on in the world this year, like literally water. And I remember thinking like, oh, that's so interesting that I moved to a place
Yes.
surrounded by water, which has been really cool and really, really nurturing. So I'm like, how do I embrace the water this year?
And I was just remembering also another message at the beginning of the year was trust and going within, which I've been trying to do, but I need to take more time because they were saying, I think it's just like 10% of the people in the world. I don't know how they get to these numbers, but at least in the Western world, where everything goes, and goes, then you have to actually schedule a specific time for yourself and just to go within and do meditation, which it should be that people could go inside more often, not just like at least 5 minutes a day. But just like getting in touch with ourselves inside, with our higher self, and then being automatically connected to everything else in the world, like family members, your animals, the animals outside, which is all animals, right? And with plants, with the air, with the sun. Hope that we can get to that level in the future, that we are more connected. And I want to see it. I hope I am alive, or there's another life and another life that I can see. I think I've said this before.
Yeah. And
I wouldn't like it if we did all this work for something beautiful and then I die. Like, what the hell? I need to see what's the end of it.
That's so funny. You're so funny.
No, it can't be that way.
Well, and I remember you said this before too, because I remind the listeners of Mariella pre many things, but when I first met you and you're like, I need to clear out this lifetime. I'm not coming back. I need to let go of all the time. I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. And now you're like, I need to come back and see it all.
But you know, I want to see it all and come back. I think that's more the ego, right? Just I want to see what is the end of what I did.
Well, I think,
but it would, like, according to the Buddhists, you should detach. Right? And then you will end the cycle of reincarnation.
But I mean, I think it's beyond ourself. Because that's, again, it's like us talking about ourselves as if we're this like individual, as opposed to a larger entity or something. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. Who knows what we are, whatever we are.
Then the Course in Miracles says that once you just decide that you just want to get out of this illusion, you will.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I want to see, right? So I'm staying. This illusion.
Yeah. Well, Mariella shared that she has some new cards that she's borrowing from someone that she's been really intrigued by.
Yeah, it's called the lives. Here's Tarot.
Chris Ann.
The Lights. Here's Tarot by Chris Ann. I haven't seen this name before.
Neither.
What cards do you have, Alex?
The cards I pulled from my decks, I pulled the Fountain Tarot. I pulled my Wisdom.
Yeah.
Of the Hidden Realms.
Oh, I just got these when you said the Wisdom cards.
Ah, nice. Wisdom.
Blessing on your wisdom. Sorry, go ahead. What else?
My Osho.
I love Osho.
Yeah, I've really, I feel like I'm really coming back to Osho again. Like the card deck. Yeah, and I haven't used the Wisdom Realm in like a long time. And I remember when we used to do like the 3-card readings.
You used to love them.
Because they're so spot on. You know, and I'm just like, part of me doesn't want to hear stuff right now. So I just keep it simple. But yeah, so what are you pulling for, Mariella?
Well, I just got the blessing on your wisdom right now because it just came up. So with the blessing cards, I'll just leave this card like as it is, and I don't know, it's just for now. But for the other cards I'm going to get, it's going to be for now until May. So all April.
Okay. Beginning of spring, how exciting. Oh, so excited. I'm so excited.
And you know, just like thinking about wisdom. Remember when we were talking about each person doesn't have the whole truth. It has just one piece of the truth, of the whole truth. And so when we start sharing between each other, then we actually start seeing.
Very true. Yeah.
That is wisdom.
Nice, Mariella. Okay. I actually ended up just pulling 3 cards from the Wisdom deck is what I decided to do.
What did you get? I want to see.
Well, they're all upright. How lovely is that? So this is a deck.
Oh, wow.
Has readings for both upside down and right side up kind of thing. So I got the Eyes of Beauty, positive expectations and clarity.
Yeah, Alex was cleaning her eyes today.
The High Lord of Gratitude and Service. Helplessness. Conscious action, humility. And the Lady of the Mirror, reflection and non-judgment.
Oh, wow.
I know those feel like pretty oddly spot on for what we've been talking about. Interesting.
I'm just going to get one of the cards from the Sacred Destiny deck.
Oh, yeah. Is that the... Oh, that one. Oh, that one's my favorite right now.
I know, me too. I can't not.
Cards.
Yeah. So I'm just going to have one. Power. Do you remember that reflection from Marianne Williamson? Williamson, right? Marianne Williamson. That we are not afraid. Remember? It's not that we're afraid of fear. But because we are so powerful.
Yeah. I love that quote.
Yeah. And so the picture shows the dark clouds and the thunders and the mountains in the back and the city under. It's almost like a promise that there will be some rain in Calgary with thunder.
Well, rain is really clarifying, right?
Yeah,
So let it be.
power. And you know, thunders are power, but power can be so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lightning. They got the power.
Okay, I'm pulling out that home.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Ah, more wisdom. Shit.
Yeah, what's that?
I feel like wisdom and clarity are kind of similar, like how you just were saying. Like, anyway, loving it. Loving it.
Because the other thing with wisdom is that it comes with experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because knowledge is just knowledge when you just get it, but wisdom is farther than knowledge.
Yeah, well, knowledge and action equal wisdom, you know, like you said, experience.
Yeah.
Because then when you have the capacity to experience it, learn from it, so you're reflecting and learning. Mm-hmm.
And then just they are stuck together, so they don't want me to. Voyage.
Oh, we've had these fellas before.
Yeah.
It's continuing this journey.
Yeah. Okay, and I got the card of relaxation. So they are obviously saying, Mariella, relax.
Time to go on vacation towards the water, Mariella.
Yeah.
Out east, come.
I want to. It would be funny if I go there in June, huh? Now it's here.
Calgary in June, yes.
And then the light seers tarot is tarot. So let's see. For the first week of April, the moon, emotions, something's hidden, shadows coming into light.
Yeah, you see the dark and the light wolf howling at the moon and going into the depth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Dream time. You see, it's not real, it's a dream. Second week, Six of Pentacles. Do you remember?
Six of Pentacles.
The financial stuff is changing, right?
Six of Pentacles is giving and receiving in a book that I have.
This one, two-way abundance. Yeah, giving and receiving. Yeah, positive and generous mindset, awakening, help coming from others, or you giving help to others. And then the Four of Cups.
Oh,
that's the third week. It's like you are thinking you don't have anything, but you actually have something that is given to you, but you're not paying attention because you're focusing on what you don't have.
oh, yeah.
You see?
Yeah, great interpretation, Mariella.
Oh, it's just a picture. And then the last week, the Knight of Cups. That's the Venus side. Look.
A horrible image.
There's a man coming for you with flowers, Alex.
Yeah, passionate
There's
ideas.
there's a love letter in there, you see?
Beautiful.
And he's at the beach.
He's at the water.
Yeah. And the forest in the back. There's the picnics thing set up. There's some romance in this month. I want to see what it looks like for me and other people.
Same here. Because, yeah. I feel like I always want to like read my partner's zodiac to try and understand what they're going through
Yeah.
versus what I'm going through, because it feels like sometimes I'm like, you're not on board. It's like, why? Anyway, there's a deepening that is taking place, deepening through the challenge. And
Yeah.
it's really quite sweet. There's like a deepening of friendship, maybe, like of seeing each other in our challenges and like really seeing each other,
Yeah.
but
And
not really romance. Romance
Interesting.
would be nice. I look forward to that arising again or something. So what week was that? Week 4?
That was week 4. So that's the
Bam.
last week of April.
Bam. It's coming, guys. It's coming.
Yeah. Let us know what happens for you. I just think right now people are showing what's wounded inside. Have you seen this? Like, I am not feeling good because blah, 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 blah. And they are just emotional and just showing what hurts.
Yeah, I would say there's a lot more of that. Or people are more aware of what they're feeling. Like aware of the hurts. It's not, I haven't been noticing it as much just like straight up projection.
Yeah.
But more like a little more awareness to the intensity of their feelings, or something like that. In my world anyway, that's what it seems like.
Then I just want to read a little bit of about the wisdom. I don't know. I want to know more about it because we got it 3 times or 4.
Yeah, let's read it.
What does it say in your book about the wisdom? Do you still have that card? I think it's the first card.
Well, it wasn't wisdom. But
it's the wisdom card that you were using. That was.
Yes. But we did talk about like the wise warrior, and we talked about the reflections and stuff. So like there's like the reflection, the humility and action, and finding the clarity, which I'd love to hear. Share the blessed be.
It's like a prayer. I am really starting to like it a lot. It says, "We ask now for a blessing on your wisdom, that you may grow in your own wise ways, and that no experience in this life shall be wasted. That from every encounter and every interaction with human and animal, tree and stone, you begin to observe keenly how the world works and the natural way of things. You begin to understand deeply through experience the fall of leaves and the quiet cold of water, the shattering rebirth of spring and the fullness of light and warmth that is summer. Every season is your teacher. You come to know you can be of assistance, but you cannot force. You come to acknowledge your influence, but your lack of control. Yet you strive always to be a positive influence and an example of kindness within the world. and you use your anger and your dissatisfaction to motivate you to create a better world within your own life. And through that, you influence all that is around and about you. So, friend, a blessing on your wisdom, that the wise waits, the wise blood shall rise and sing their song of experience to you once again. Isn't that beautiful?
That is awesome. Yes. Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah. Yeah, the learning is huge. That feels like the Chiron wound, you know, the wounded healer. And becoming like, it's like the wound that doesn't heal. So we become really well versed in that area, and that area becomes a real powerhouse for us because we've tried and we've experienced it, and we continue to like drudge through it and look at it and feel it and experience it, and we become the great teachers or healers of that wound for others.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
I'm just thinking, so if it was true that we could just get out of this illusion, why are we focusing so much on learning and and suffering, if at once we could just say, I am done and be one?
See,
because we have this way of thinking that we need to work in order to get things.
exactly. So what I've heard, and there can be many interpretations of awakening, but awakening is kind of like the proverb, like before awakening, chop wood, carry wood. After awakening, chop wood, carry wood. So you're still alive in this world, like in this illusionary place, but you see it with extreme clarity for what it is. So you are no longer overly pulled by its illusion. So you can see it with absolute clarity for what it is. And so you're no longer a part of the matrix. You know, you're outside the matrix. And you can understand. And doesn't mean eventually you'll be like, I don't like, but you're not like absorbed by it. And so then you learn to play within the illusion or be within the illusion.
And be the magician in there.
Ooh. Yeah.
Move everything.
Because you're no longer stuck on that there's time. You're no longer stuck on, you know, all the things that we get stuck on.
It's like we are here, but not here, but we are here.
So exactly.
It's the dimension stuff.
Yeah. That's a good way to see it. Yeah. So, and I think that's where that objective wisdom comes from, right? Like when we are objective and we're sitting back and we're not getting caught in it, that's like one layer. So if you can constantly be the observer and you're no longer being pulled by everything and you're just a witness.
Yeah, like what is his name? Michael J. Singer says. Like just with the surrender experiment, you just surrender. And then in his other book, The Untethered Soul, remember, he's like saying, just let it go through you and be gone.
Yeah. Oh, if only it was that easy all the time. But right now, I feel like I've been much more, some of that right now, like I've been feeling much more ease, much more when conflict arises. Doesn't mean I don't feel things and I don't have sadness or anger, jealousy. Like it doesn't mean I don't have those, but I'm a little less absorbed by them at the moment, which I'm really appreciating. Okay, I want to read the Marianne Williamson quote. I used to read this.
Oh, you found it? You have it?
I used to read it constantly, and it yeah, it was given to me by a friend I had met who was also beginning his path. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest
Mm,
fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
I know, and because everybody's powerful, then it's so like amazing to think of what can be created all together. Like if we are on the same high energy.
Mm-hmm. Well, and how we can even just continue to lift, right?
Yeah.
Like when we come together, it's like powerful, and then it's going to continue to lift others up, continuing like to lift others up. And I have a feeling like all of the next few years, because they say what till the 2024
Mm-hmm.
to be quite challenging. And so we're going to continue to have some extreme challenges, but we're going to come out of the other end different. But we get through challenges together. Like we really do. And
Yeah.
I think we're going to learn more than ever that we have to rely on each other and support one another. And as we go through whatever challenging stuff continues to arise. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And as we get or support each other more, I think the connection with each other will be stronger and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it has something to do with, intuition and us being able to actually feel each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because those senses are getting stronger as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But, I'm starting to remember that I don't want to come back in another life. So I'm starting to detach from my need of having to see what happens next. So I'll tell you next time how I feel or if I come back to the same thing. But thank you, Alex, for reminding me.
Well,
I like that better.
you're allowed to change and keep changing and change again and again and again and again.
No. I'll stay here. Another life, just having to get, being birthed again and going through childhood and then adolescence. No. Or yeah, it was some part fun. But maybe it's getting better and better each life. Well, who knows?
I agree.
No proof.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, everyone, it was lovely being with you here at the beginning of April and at the new beginnings, the beginnings of many new things. And we wish you blessings on your wisdom that you will connect to and obtain over this month. So
Happy New Year.
yes. Happy New Year. All right. Till next time, everyone.
And see you next time. Bye.
Bye.